Yo, 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 yo. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah, I got to do a live for this one, man. I got to do a live for this one. I'm going to let everybody catch up to this live real quick. I'm going to let y'all catch up to this one. I actually wasn't going to do this live, so I'm going to wait for everybody to get in here today because I got a lot that I want to talk about. We got to react to game one right now. So let me just let everybody catch up to this live real quick. Let's allow everybody catch up to this one because trust me, y'all do not want to miss it. I'm sure the majority of you guys right now are in shock just like me. So trust me, I got a lot that I want to say right now. So, yes, exactly. Everybody's talking about what I was actually on Twitter posting the first tweet I put out today. Matter of fact, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till everybody catch up to this live. Let's give it like 2 minutes while everybody's coming in. Let me give you guys my let me give you guys our Instagram and our Twitter. So let me just post that right here so you guys can follow us on IG because a lot of people ask us, are we on IG? Let me pin that to the top real quick. Oh, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into this one right here. And let me get my Twitter because a lot of people still asking us where if we're on Twitter. So I'm going to post the Twitter handle right here. So y'all can follow me on Twitter. Let's give it a few seconds. Let's give it like another minute or so. Make sure y'all check in. Make sure y'all check in because I got a lot that I want to talk about. I am in total disbelief, but then again, I'm not. Then again, I'm not. Then again, I am not. Boy, oh boy. Some of y'all was getting ready to jump out the window without a cape, without a parachute. Some of y'all was talking really, really greasy. Really greasy. So I'm gonna wait for everybody to catch up to this live. Curry is. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I'm not even gonna say nothing. I cannot even think of the people that picked the Warriors to win game one. Matter of fact, let me wait. Let me give it like another 30 seconds. Let me allow everybody to catch up to this live. Let me give it like another 30 seconds. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and make sure you follow us on Twitter. I'm gonna post that right here. So make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. Let me give it like another 30 seconds and we're going to get it going because I got a lot that I want to talk about. Boston role players are you don't say. Skip crying right now. I don't know what's wrong with Skip. I just think I've been going for the Celtics all the way. Al Horford exposing Dre. Did y'all see that flex? Did y'all see that flex that Al Horford did in the end? Draymond Green be doing too much, man. He be doing way too much. Let me wait. Like, let me give another 10 seconds. Let's allow people to catch up to this live because people don't even know we're going live. And then we're going to get it going. Let's give it like another 10 seconds. Make sure y'all check in. Let me pull up the box score real quick. Let me just pull that up. Make sure you also follow us on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter because we was on there too. Okay, so let me just get into this live right here. Let me give y'all my reaction first of all. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. There's so many different things we can even. Where do we start? Where do we start? Do we start with the Celtics coming back? Or do we start with the Warriors basically laying an egg and get which one are we let me ask y'all a question. Did the Celtics win that game or did the Warriors lose that game? I don't even know. I do not even know. I don't even know. Let me tell y'all something. Going into that game a few hours ago, if y'all are catching up to this live, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be reacting to this game right now because I'm sure a lot of you guys are in shock right now. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and follow me on Twitter. We're right there. So let me get into this real quick. About 3 or 4 hours ago, no, maybe about 6 or 7 hours ago or 8 hours ago, we did a live. And in that live, I laid out a bunch of reasons why I thought a lot of people were talking about this series from only from only the vantage point of the Golden State Warriors. You rarely heard people talking about the Boston Celtics. The only person I heard, I think I've heard two people, but the one person for sure that I heard that really gave the no, I heard two people. I think it was Antoine Walker on First Things First, and Amari Stoudemire on ESPN. Those were the only two people I can think of, and of course Shannon Sharp, that I can think of that actually gave the Celtics a shot. And they actually gave some good reasons. Antoine Walker said that the Boston Celtics are a very good matchup for the Golden State Warriors. Nobody was talking about it. Going into that game, I predicted, y'all can go look up the live. We did it a few hours ago. I said the Boston Celtics were going to win game one. I said it's not a popular pick. I'm sure most people are going to disagree. Okay, Kendrick Perkins. Okay. Kendrick Perkins as well. I said a lot of people are not going to agree with me, but I said I had the feeling that Boston would be able to go in there and win that game, and that is exactly what happened. As I was watching that game, as Stephen Curry was going off, I kept on getting notifications. People posting on our channel. You think Kawhi Leonard is the man, right? Kawhi can't do what Stephen Curry's doing right now. What do you think about all of the hate, all of this hate that you're throwing us? I ain't say nothing. I didn't say nothing back. I just said, okay, bro, you got it. I said it's a long game. I picked the Boston Celtics. It's looking like the Boston Celtics most likely will not be able to win that game. Now, what did I say? What did I say going into that live that we did a few hours ago? Let me tell you guys what I said, because I said this was going to be a major factor in this series. I said that the number one factor going into this series will be if the referees allow the Boston Celtics to play physical defense. I said if they allow them to play physical defense, they are going to have a chance at beating the Golden State Warriors, because I have seen them be successful against the Nets with KD and Kyrie. I saw them be successful against Giannis. Granted, they didn't have Chris Middleton, and I saw them at times hold that Miami Heat team. I think in one game they held the Miami Heat to 80 points. People were looking at individual scores like, well, Jimmy Butler had 40. This guy had 40. I'm like, are you looking at the overall box score? Going into the playoffs, the Boston Celtics in the regular season were giving up 104 points per game. In the playoffs, they were giving up 101. Go look at that game again. Go look at the highlights. When that game was decided, the box score was like 103. They were about 3 or 4 points off what they were holding everybody to. I said, going into that game, I said, Boston, they have a bunch of talented scorers. All we heard was how great Stephen Curry was, how he's about to reach LeBron, how he could possibly pass LeBron. This is what we kept on hearing. So what happened in that game? What happened in that game? For those of you guys coming in, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, and make sure you guys follow us on Twitter. So let me pull up let me pull up the box score. Let me tell you guys what actually happened. The Boston Celtics, I want y'all to think about this. They beat the Golden State Warriors on the road, and Jason Tatum shot 3 of 17 from the floor, shooting 17.6%, 20% from the three, and scored 12 points, and they still won the game. So how did they do it? Al Horford chipped in 26 points. Jaylen Brown, who I told you guys about, I said if they're going to key in, if the Golden State Warriors defense is going to key in on Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown is perfectly capable of hitting you up with a barrage of 3-pointers. We saw that in the Milwaukee Bucks series. That is exactly what he did. How many 3-pointers did Jaylen Brown finish the game with? He finished his game. Okay, he went 2 of 8, but he was big in the second half. He finished with 24. Al Horford finished with 26. Marcus Smart finished with 18, and Derek White finished with 21. On the other side of the Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry, he scored 34 points, and he showed up. He definitely showed up. But as y'all saw, and as I said in the live before, the fundamental difference between Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant is not the points that they score, is how they score those points. For Stephen Curry to get a clean look, you got to run so much action for this guy. You got to, at one point, they ran 3 different screens, 3, just to get him on his open man. With Kevin Durant, you don't have to do all of that. That Golden State Warriors offense will stall if the game is close and they need to generate points because they have to do it off of so many different plays. Whereas with Kevin Durant, you can simply give him the ball and he can go out there and get a bucket for you. For the people that were saying, oh, Stephen Curry, he's better than KD. Oh, KD, they don't need KD. You just witnessed what happened when they needed KD. Because when the Boston Celtics started to go on a run, they didn't have anybody, not anybody, to stop that run. People are literally jumping out of the window for no damn reason over the last 3 weeks. It doesn't make any sense. I said that Boston had a legitimate chance of beating the Warriors in game 1, and that's exactly what happened. Let me get into some of these people, what some of you guys are saying. I'm gonna allow some of you guys to catch up to this live. Curry made 13 points in 3 quarters. I think he must be talking about after the first quarter, probably so. Somebody said I won $1,200. Good for you, man. Boston won't lose 2 in a row. Okay. Jordan Poole was trash. That ain't happening again. Let me see. The hate these newbies basketball fans had for Al Horford was stupid. Yeah, so basically, that's what I said. That's the first thing. The second thing, Draymond Green be talking a lot of trash. I just got to say it. Draymond Green talks a lot of trash, bro. A lot of trash. Like, I get it. It's in a competitive aspect. I get it. It's sports. But Draymond Green runs his mouth a lot. I don't think Draymond realizes how much he may be potentially motivating the competition. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button, guys, and make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and follow us on Twitter. I'm going to post that right there. Make sure you guys follow us there. I don't think Draymond Green realizes how much he motivates people. Draymond Green always be doing some antics, man, for no reason. He'll score 1 bucket. How many points did Draymond Green finish that game with? He finished the game with a grand total of 4 points. He was 2 of 12. He shot 16% from the field. He was 0% from the free throw line. He got you 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and 3 turnovers, and 0 blocks. But Draymond Green talks so much trash. Did y'all see at the end of the game? Y'all remember early in the game when he scored the bucket and he flexed? Did y'all see what Al Horford did at the end of the game when he got the and 1 on him and he flexed? Draymond Green be doing too much, man. He talks he talks like as if he's their best player. Like, I don't understand it. Hold up, what's this? Hold up, I don't know what this is. We got to report that. 1 second, guys. We're not doing this right here. Okay. Yeah, we got to clear that out. This is the wrong chat for that. Now, he's the mouthpiece. Nah, he's not the mouthpiece. He's just a mouth. He talks way too much, man. He talks way too much trash. He was up there talking about we've never been undefeated. And, when we're fully whole, we never been undefeated. It's like, bro, the opponents are listening to you. That's the first thing. The second thing, and let me say this. Do not be surprised don't be surprised if Boston wins this thing. I'm not saying they're going to win now for 1 game, although I picked them to win this series. Do not be surprised if the Celtics win this series in a way that most people don't expect. Because what I've understood about the Golden State Warriors, they are very good at playing from the front. Very good at playing from the front. But when the moment gets tight, People are acting as if Stephen Curry was not part of the biggest choke job in NBA history. Y'all are acting like Stephen Curry's freaking Michael Jordan. Y'all are taking it a little bit too far with this. Now you got people, I was watching Undisputed today, and Shannon Sharp, thank you guys for being a part of this live, and Shannon Sharp was on there basically saying, when this reporter came out there and said that, Stephen Curry may eclipse LeBron James, and Shannon Sharp was like, what the hell is going on? This is what I've been saying. I am not surprised because I knew that Boston Celtics defense was no joke. People are talking about, should Kevin Durant look bad because the Golden State, so if they lose, what does that make Kevin Durant look like? What does that make Kevin Durant look like? Stephen Curry got off to a hot start, but Ime Udoka basically said we're going to show more bodies and we're going to be more physical with them. If the Boston Celtics are allowed to play physical defense, this series is going to go in a totally different direction than most people are thinking. It was not a fluke. I thought when they beat the Brooklyn Nets, I thought that was a fluke. But this Boston Celtics team is legit. Let me pull up the box score here. Thank you guys for being a part of this live. Let me pull up the box score. The Golden State, see, this is what I was telling you guys earlier today. People were calling me a hater. Let me tell you guys something. In the playoffs, I got my notes here. In the playoffs, the Boston Celtics, if I'm not mistaken, let me just confirm that right here. The Boston Celtics are holding teams, think about this, to 43% shooting in the playoffs. 43%. What did the Golden State Warriors shoot in game one? The Golden State Warriors shot 42.2%. In the first quarter, they were hot as hell. And I'm waiting for NBA.com. I'm reading from the box score. Okay, good right here. I'm reading from the box score. Listen to these stats. In the first half, the Golden State Warriors, think about this, shot 45.8% from the field and 33% from the field. Stephen Curry shot 63.6% in the first half. Let's look at the third quarter. In the third quarter, the Boston Celtics, they shot 37.7%, and the Golden State Warriors shot 46%. So what happened in the fourth? Because as y'all know, they were up in the fourth. So what happened? In the fourth quarter, when it really mattered, the Boston Celtics shot 68.2%. Think about this, from the field. They shot 75% from the three. They made 9 out of 12 three-pointers, and they were 100% from the free throw line. The Golden State Warriors shot 41% and 25% from the three. Stephen Curry shot 33% from the floor in the fourth quarter, and there was no Golden State Warrior that scored more than 6 points in the fourth quarter. You got to credit that to the defense. If people are going to say, let me see what Jordan Poole, how many points did Jordan Poole finish out the game with? Let me see. All quarters. Jordan Poole finished out the game with what? What did he finish out the game with? 9 points. Okay, 9 points. He scored 9 points. Draymond Green is not going to score. Andrew Wiggins did his job. Klay Thompson gave you 15. I think he's been averaging about 20 these playoffs, so he was a little bit off. Stephen Curry did his job. And they still won. Jason Tatum shot 17% from the field. How do you think that Jason Tatum is going to shoot 17% in game two? If they were not able to beat the Boston Celtics with Jason Tatum scoring what? 12 points? No, what did he score? 12 points in that game. How are they supposed to beat him when he starts playing better? This is why I said this series is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people are giving the Boston Celtics credit for. Amari Stoudemire and Antoine Walker already picked the Celtics. I'm picking the Celtics too. I like Stephen Curry. Draymond Green gets on my nerves. He talks way too much trash for me. So I would not be mad if I saw the Golden State Warriors lose. I'm not going to lie to you guys. That is way too much trash. He talks more trash than LeBron James. He talks trash like as if he's Michael Jordan. And that's the part that about. Yeah, credit that to the Warriors fourth quarter. Credit that to the Warriors for. Yeah, the Warriors, they played great defense on Jason Tatum. The problem was they allowed everybody else to beat them. And once the Celtics get it going, especially from the three, you heard Mark Jackson during the game. He said it looks as if the Boston Celtics are embracing the three-point shot. They're not a very good three-point shooting team. I think in the regular season, the Boston Celtics were ranked number 14 in the NBA in three-point shooting, and the Golden State Warriors were ranked number 8. But but they were only separated by one percentage point. The Boston Celtics shot 35.5%. Warriors shot 36%. If you're going to give the Boston Celtics that many attempts, they attempted 41 3-point shots. They made 20. Basically 50% of the shots that they took. How are you going to beat a team like that? The Golden State Warriors attempted 45 shots. They made 19. So the Boston Celtics are clearly capable of hitting the three. And that's one of the things that came back and hurt them. I don't know what Golden State thinks right now going into game 2, because a lot of people have been saying that if Stephen Curry plays well, then it's a sure thing that they're going to win. That's what people are going to say. Oh, if Stephen Curry plays well, they're going to win. Well, he played well. He had 34 points in the game. He was hot as hell in the first half. So what do you do going into game 2? What happens going into game 2? Let me read this comment here. More and more I see Steph in fourth quarters. He's making Katie's argument look really good. LOL, next vid, is Curry really clutch? No, what's going to happen is this. I'm going to tell you guys something. The media right now is just using Stephen Curry. Right now, Stephen Curry is the best thing since sliced bread. If he loses, and I'm not sure he will, if he loses, they're going to change up on him right quick in a hurry, and then it's going to be the next season, and they're going to move on to the next guy. That's what they're doing. That is why I was so surprised when I heard all of this thing about, if he wins another title and he gets his first finals MVP, he's cashing LeBron. I didn't hear nothing about that coming into the season. Did you hear anything about them talking about Stephen Curry and LeBron? When did that happen? When did this conversation happen? When did it happen? So to me, some people are saying Steve Kerr is trash. I don't know how he's trash, man. He's a championship coach. The Boston Celtics, they just got loose in that fourth quarter, and the Golden State Warriors were relaxing. How many turnovers did they have in that fourth? Let me see. How many turnovers did they have in the fourth quarter? Let me see. Thank you guys for being a part of this live. Again, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram. We got that pinned to the top. And also make sure you follow us on Twitter. Let me see how many. I posted that in the comment section. Let me see. The Boston Celtics finished the fourth quarter with 0 turnovers. They scored 24 points. The Warriors scored 16 points with 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers. But they just basically couldn't buy a basket. They only made 7 field goals. Boston Celtics made 15 field goals. That was a ball game. So to me, I'm not surprised. I actually picked Boston to win game 1, and so they did. So I think we're definitely going to have an interesting series. And now going into game 2, it is a must-win for the Warriors. A must-win for the Warriors. And let me tell you guys something. As Curry sat out too much. Let me see. How many minutes did Stephen Curry play in that game? Let me see. Stephen Curry played about 40 minutes. He played 38 minutes. I think they played him the right amount of minutes. The problem was they lost the game in the fourth quarter. I don't think Kerr sat him down too long. The Warriors choked away that win. They were up. Then they allowed the Boston Celtics to go like on a 9-0 run or something like that. They were up. So why are you keeping them in the game? You don't want to risk an injury. You don't want him to play unnecessary minutes. So he sat him down. They were up. Exactly. They were up 18. So what's the point of having them in the game? Appreciate that. Let me read. The Celtics scored 40 points in the fourth. 40 points. Let me see. Hold on. Let me just pull that up. The fourth quarter. Fourth quarter stats. Yeah, you're right. 40 points. Yep, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I made a mistake. I thought it was 25. They scored 40 points, and the Warriors scored 16. How the hell? Appreciate that. How the hell do you get outscored in the fourth quarter by what? 24 points. How the hell does that happen? How does that happen? How do they even do that? How did they even do that? Appreciate that, Billy the Kid. Let me see this other comment. What Boston needs KG courtside to talk that. Nah, yeah, Kevin Garnett be talking crazy trash, man. Crazy trash. Appreciate the super chat in the comment. Yeah, how do y'all allow that? How does that happen? What the hell were they doing? I had the Celtics beating. I had the Celtics winning the series because the Warriors beat nobody. Are you referring to the fact that maybe players got injured? Is that what you mean, or maybe the teams weren't good? Because those Memphis Grizzlies were giving them a run for their money, and then John Morant went down. So I don't know. Yeah, the Celtics bench is great. Yeah, but this is the point. To Oscar's point, the Celtics bench is great, but you wouldn't know that because nobody's talking about it. No one is talking about it. They're talking about Jordan Poole. They're talking about Stephen Curry. They're talking about what Draymond Green said. They're talking about all of these other things. They're not talking. And if they talk about the Celtics, all you're going to hear them talk about is who? Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and how great Ime Udoka is, or Marcus Smart. That's it. They don't even talk about the depth of that team. Think about this. How the hell do you give up 40 points in the fourth quarter? How the hell do you do that? How did they do it? How did they do it? I don't understand. Draymond Green, who was up there flexing it up, he scored 2 points in the fourth quarter. I think he finished the game with 4 points or so, at 6 points. Nobody scored. Klay Thompson scored 5 points. He barely made some shots. Stephen Curry only made 4. Only made 4. And for the people wondering why Skip is going to get on him, it's for these reasons. It's for these reasons. Celtics have a bench and they're bigs. And exactly. The Celtics have a lot of size and a lot of length. If Curry doesn't get hot in the fourth quarter, it may be a blowout because the Boston Celtics were still making mistakes. And you also got to factor this in. Appreciate that. Thank all 600 of you guys being a part of this live. And you also got to factor this in. This is the Boston Celtics' first time in the finals. These guys, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, none of these guys have made it to the finals before. Ime Udoka. They have no finals championship experience. That was their first time. Maybe in the first half, they were bothered by, maybe it was the bright lights. It was the moment. You don't know what was going through those guys' minds in the first. The Warriors clearly had more experience. So how do you give up 40 points in the fourth quarter? Stephen Curry had a bad season. No, listen, I still think it's going to be a series. I think it's going to be a series, but I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people are making it out to be. I think a lot of people were trying to make it seem like it was a foregone conclusion. Like, oh, they're just going to walk in there and beat these guys. No, that's not going to be the case. Keith Murphy. I said Keith Murray. Keith Murphy. Golden State doesn't have enough people that can break you down defensively. Okay. I no, they have no business scoring in the key moment. No. You see, first of all, Keith, appreciate that, but I gotta push back on that. That wasn't the narrative going into this series. What did we hear? Who were the players? They said that the Golden State Warriors have 4 bona fide scorers in who? Jordan Poole, Wiggins, Stephen Curry, and Klay Thompson. Those were the names that we heard. The problem is the Boston Celtics play great defense. And nobody wants to say this. I said it. They shoot 43% from the field. The Warriors shot for the game, I think, 42%. No surprise. The Celtics, one thing I can tell you, they may not make threes. They may not be making the right plays. They may have turnovers, but they're going to play defense all throughout this series. They're going to have to play defense. Exactly. You cannot play close with the Celtics. You cannot do it. If you do it, you're playing with fire. Because all of a sudden, Al Horford will turn into Tim Duncan in the fourth quarter or Akeem Olajuwon, and then all of a sudden Jaylen Brown turns into Tracy McGrady. For whatever reason, if that game is close with these guys, they somehow get better. And they don't panic if the game is close. And they're also a gritty team, and they're not going to give up. Most teams would have been blown out. You're down 18 points, 16, 17, 18 points. Most teams get blown out. Towards the end of the game, I was like, okay, this is going to be a blowout. Who wants to see a blowout in the NBA Finals? Most teams would have given up. And you got to credit that to the coaching and the players. Rashid, Tatum didn't even play good, and they still won. That's my point. That's my point. And I want you guys, excuse me, and I want you guys to think about this in the reverse. Imagine if the shoe on the other foot. Imagine if the Warriors won game one and Stephen Curry scored 12 points on 17% shooting. People will be saying that this series is going to be a sweep because they're going to say, if you're not able to beat the Warriors with Stephen Curry having a terrible game, a game he will never have again, how do you expect to beat that team when he's going to play better? Well, I ask you guys the question, how's it going to happen? Because Jason Tatum is not going to play like that again. He is not. Al Horford led the team in scoring. So to me, man, no surprise here. I picked them to win game one. Great win for them. I think it's going to be a great series. Hopefully, it turns out to be a good one. I just had to react to it live because I'm in total shock like the rest of y'all. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed game one. Hopefully, we are in for a hell of a series. And I cannot wait. So once again, actually, before I go, make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and make sure you follow us on Twitter. I'm going to be on it. Game two pick. Oh, man. That's a good question. Who am I picking in game two? You know what? I'm going to go with the Golden State Warriors to win game two. I'm going to go with Golden State to win game two. I think that they bounce back. I think that they're going to rally and fight their way back. I don't think they're going to go down 0-2. However, if they do go down 0-2, I would not be surprised for two reasons. Number one, it's the Golden State Warriors. If LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers had the greatest comeback in NBA history, it means that the Golden State Warriors had the biggest choke job in NBA history. So that's number one. And number two, that Boston Celtics defense is going to be there. You can count on that. They are going to be there. So once that team is playing defense, you can never count that team out because they're not going to quit. They're not going to quit. So these are my thoughts. Once again, man, thank you guys for being a part of this live. We wanted to give you guys a live reaction. We'll try to do it at game two. Thank you guys, and have a good one. Catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.